Hey, my name's Izzy. This is Rolling Virtual Cards, coming at you live with another Magic the Gathering video. Continuing my review of the Doctor Who cards. We last left off with red, so I'm going to move on to green. So first you got Ace Fearless Rebel. This is 3 in a green for a 2/2 legendary creature human rebel with a Nitro 9. Whenever Ace Fearless Rebel attacks, you may sacrifice an artifact. When you do, put a 1/1 counter on Ace Fearless Rebel. Then it fights up to one target creature defending player controls. It does have Doctor's Companion, so when you're building a deck around Ace, you want to choose a Doctor that either likes one of the ones that like historic cards, or one that can really run around, allowing you to just cast a lot of artifacts or artifact tokens. Maybe it produces artifact tokens, so you can sack those cards, get Ace big, and just start killing off your opponent's destroying your opponent's creatures and hitting hard at your opponent. Beast Within is a great reprint, allowing you to just destroy target permanent. Its controller gets a 3/3 green beast creature token. It's always been around $1, so I like when you see it gets reprinted. I like to keep it low. It's a completely fine board white or permanent removal. Coveted Flowers is a great reprint. The last cheapest card was 5. So at the beginning of your main phase, if you haven't added mana to this with this ability this turn, you may add X mana of any one color, X number of islands target opponent controls. I don't like this in casual because you might not run against a blue deck, but in competitive this card's used a lot because a lot of people are running blue. You're probably even running blue, but if you have green in your deck, you get access to Carpet Flowers, which is a good choice. Even in high power or intermediate, you might see a lot of blue. Excuse me. City of Death is one of the new cards. City of Death is 2 in a green for a 6-chapter saga. 6 chapters. Create a treasure token 1, and then create a token that's a copy of target non-saga token you control. So, at the lowest, on turn 3, if you have no other tokens, each turn you're making another treasure token as long as you don't sack one of the tokens. At the high note, if you have like a 10/10 token, you're going to get a 10/10 token each and every turn. If you've copied in a creature, this is going to let you get a bunch of those. Very useful, very interesting. I like it. Just making a lot of stuff off of big tokens is great. Cultivate is another reprint, 2 in a green to search the library for 2 basic land cards, fear them, put them on your hand, put one of the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand. Then shuffle. It's always standing up there cheaply because it keeps getting reprinted, and I like that, and I love the art on this one. Displacer Dinosaur. This is the new one. Displacer Dinosaur is 5 and 2 green for a 7/7 dinosaur. As a historic permanent enters the battlefield under your control, it becomes a 7/7 dinosaur creature in addition to its other types. This means, like, if you put an artifact, it's a 7/7 dinosaur. That's an artifact. Saga, 7/7 dinosaur saga. Legendary creature, I don't care, it's a 7/7 dinosaur, including those other types. So the 1/1 legendary, not just 7/7. I love this. Good grief, it's a Stegosaurus. What a splendid specimen. The 3rd Doctor. I love this. This is a great card for any historic deck. Turn all your small things or all your artifacts. Dude, I need an artifact deck. Oh, my 0-drop artifacts, they're 7/7s. Gross, I love it. Explore, great reprint. Not because we necessarily needed it, but just because I like to keep it low. And I love the art. Somewhere there's danger, somewhere there's injustice, and somewhere else the tea's getting cold. Come on, Ace. We've got work to do. The 7th Doctor. I like it. I enjoy what he does, what the card does. Just a decent ramp spell. Farseek, another just a green ramp spell. 1 in a green, search your library for a plains, island, swamp, or mountain, put it on the battlefield, tap and shuffle. So you can grab non-basics with this. 9 cries for help. 9 distress signals. All coming from the same planet. 13th Doctor. I like it. I like Farseek. It's a fine card. Fugitive of the Jadoon. 4 in a green for a 3-chapter saga. Chapter 1, create a 1/1 white human creature token with Ward 2 and a 4/4 alien or white alien rhino creature token. So human that can be targeted easily, and an alien. And then Chapter 2, you investigate, so you make a clue. And then Chapter 3, you may exile a human you control and an artifact you control. If you do, search your library for a doctor card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. I like that. So the alien don't mean nothing, but this one can last. Hard to get rid of the clue. Again, this is great because you can go grab a doctor in your deck, because a lot of the doctors are just generically useful in other doctor decks or other decks. It's a fun way to do it. Graham O'Brien is 1-0 green for a 2/2 legendary creature human pilot. Paradox. When you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, create a food token. Doctor's Companion. Any of the doctors that are letting you cast stuff from outside your hand, get food tokens. Might not be the best. Food tokens are the worst out of the 3 heavily pushed tokens between food, clue, and treasure. But, I mean, you can run a food deck and you'll be fine. Heroic Intervention. Fantastic reprint. This card sits around $5 on $5 to $10 on a regular basis. 1-0 green. Permanents you control have hexproof and indestructible. Just a great way to cancel out any removal spell that you just want to keep. I've come a long way for you, exclaimed the sixth Doctor. Naturally, don't expect any thanks, replied the second Doctor. Naturally, don't expect any thanks, replied the second Doctor. Jamie McCrimmon, 2-0 green for a 2/2 legendary creature human warrior with trample. When you cast a historic spell, Jamie McCrimmon gets +X/+X until end of turn where X is the spell's mana value. Doctor's Companion. So any deck that's spamming out historic spells, or any deck playing very big historic spells, Jamie likes. Play a 10-drop historic spell, gonna get it come to a 12-drop. Cast 3-drop historic spells, it's gonna become an 11/11 with trample. So you're gonna be able to again deal damage. So yeah, any historic spell based Doctor will be great to combo with him. Carvanista Loyal Lupari. 4 and a green for a 5/5 legendary creature alien dog soldier. Lupari Shield. 1 and a green sorcery adventure. Humans you control gain indestructible until your next turn. Once you cast him, he has vigilance, trample, and haste, so he can hit the turn it comes, still block, and he's going to get in with the trample. When Carvanista attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each human you control. So this is a mono green human deck. Okay. I mean, put a 1/1 counter on each human you control. Green's got the double 1/1 counter. So yeah, this is a mono green human deck. I think that's quite interesting. I'd build the mono green human deck. That sounds fun. Not gonna lie. And like humans you control gain indestructible to next turn. Someone goes to board wipe? Nah. Sorcery. Heck, it's a sorcery, so that's not, you can't do it in response to people board wiping, but yeah. Leela Savateem Warrior. Savateem Warrior. 3 and a green for a 3/3 legendary creature human warrior. When an opponent draws a card, except the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, put a 1/1 counter on Leela Savateem Warrior. Doctor's Companion. Any Doctor that draws you cards, which is only the second Doctor, is great. Because that makes your opponents draw cards outside their draw step. Is great. Otherwise, if you want to run any Doctor as a Hugs Doctor, Leela gets big for them for hugging people, so that's great. Otherwise, just pair with the second Doctor, probably. Search for Tomorrow, fun card. 2 and a green. Search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. Or you can suspend for a green. This card's great because you can suspend it on turn 1, and then on turn 3, you just cast it and grab a land card, and you put it on the battlefield. Does not come in tapped, which I like. Especially if you suspend it turn 1. Not that expensive of a card, so just a decent one. I love this card in any deck that's trying to run the Hippo Companion. It starts with K, I forget its name. Because it is a 3-drop technically, that can be used for 1, which is great. Let's see. Sisterhood of Karn. 1 and a green for a 0/0 creature cleric. Sisterhood of Karn enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it. So it's a 1/1. Paradox. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, double the number of 1/1 counters on Sisterhood of Karn. this card can get pretty big pretty fast. Like, in the right deck, all of a sudden, like, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and then 64, and then 128. Like, yeah. It gets big fast. Any deck that likes the paradox effects will be good. Susan Foreman, I love this card. 1 and a green for a 1/1 legendary creature Time Lord. If you would planeswalk instead, look at the top 2 cards of your planar deck, put one of them on the bottom of your planar deck and the other on the top, then planeswalk. Tap, add a green, Doctor's Companion. This works so well with the first Doctor because the first Doctor's TARDIS triggers planeswalking. Either it just does or it allows you to choose, and Susan just makes that better. If you're building a Doctor deck for planeswalking, always think about Susan, because it is a 2-drop for a tap for a green. Not bad at all, but being able to get some more selection on your planar deck really allows you to abuse that, and I like that. The 5 Doctors, such... I like this. This was a good movie, apparently. Still haven't seen any Doctor Who. I'm gonna watch it, though. I've changed my mind because of the cards. It makes me really want to watch it. I'm gonna start from the beginning with the first Doctor. Let's see if I got that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and a green for a sorcery. Kicker 5. Search your library and or graveyard for up to 5 Doctor cards. Reveal them and put them into your hand. If you search your library, they shuffle. If the spell was kicked, put those cards onto the battlefield instead of putting them into your hand. This is why the Doctors work together. Because of stuff like the 5 Doctors. That's like, yeah, we want the Doctors to all kind of work together. The old ones kind of work together as historic card decks, and the new ones kind of work together as like suspend decks, which is cool. I like it. I really do enjoy this card. Heck, make a deck, put Doctors in it. You don't even need the Doctors to be your commander. I thought about making a 5-color deck that just runs the Doctors, which doesn't even have to be 5-color. I don't know. I think it's only everything but black. Yeah, there's no black in the Doctors, so yeah, 4-color. What's all but black? I think people jokingly call it the gaze 4-color commander. That could work. 4-color commander Doctors. Foretold Soldier. 2 and 2 green for a 6/6 alien zombie soldier. It must be blocked if able. Can't be blocked by more than one creature. Whenever the Foretold Soldier deals damage, exile it face down, it becomes Foretold. Foretold, 1 and a green. Oh, okay. So, it's cool because it's a 6/6 that has to attack. When it deals damage, exile face down, it becomes Foretold. So you might think, okay, let's just not block it. It's really hard to block either, but it must be blocked if able. So you have that. Forcing them to block can't be blocked by more than one. So you're like, unless they've got something bigger than 6/6 or something with Death Touch, it's dead. This is a great removal spell on feet. But when it dies, or when it deals combat damage, exile face down, it's Foretold. Foretold cost is 2. So any of your decks that want you to cast cards from not your hand, great repeatable way to do that. The Sea Devils. 2 and a green for a 3-chapter saga. First 2 chapters create a 2/2 green alien salamander creature token with island block. Not bad. Chapter 3, until the end of your turn, whenever a salamander deals combat damage to a player, it deals that much damage to target creature that player controls. Okay, so not the best. You're getting 2 of them. Wait, create 2/2. Yeah, you get it. Okay, so by the time Chapter 3 comes, you do have 2 salamanders that can attack. If an opponent has an island, you can hit them for 2, and then like possibly pop some of their smaller creatures. I don't think it's great. On the other note, if you're running a salamander deck, run this card in the deck. You could swing for some stuff. That sounds fun. Okay, Thijarian Witness. 1 and a green for a 0/4 alien cleric with flash. Bear Witness. Whenever another creature dies, if it was attacking or blocking alone, exile it and investigate. That's a fun way to make clues. I'm just going to keep swinging at you, and when they die, I'm just going to exile them. And if it's attacking or blocking alone. Okay, I like this more for blockers, Flash this in, because if it's attacking like alone, like you're not gonna get a lot out of it, because you're attack with one. But if you're blocking and they're all blocking alone, like I blocked this alone, that's alone. I think that's how that's worded. Maybe it's like you can only be blocking with one creature, otherwise they're not blocking alone. I'm not sure. 3 visits, great reprint. Card always ranges around $5 or more. You just grab a forest, put it on the battlefield. Great ramp card. And that's the green cards. Yeah. Not nearly as many as some. There's more than the black cards, but the doctors are much more scientific than they are not scientific. So, next we will be going over all the colored cards, or multicolored cards. So I will see you guys next time. Peace.